universal truth is not measured in mass appeal.
The police are when you speak. Are you talking about the police or the protesters?
Well, they never came.
Are you talking about the
I'm
police
talking about both.
or the protesters?
The police or the.
If they get away with this one, they will do it again.
They already
The
doing
police
it.
or the
They're
protesters?
doing it at
The
Georgia.
police or the
Let me ask
protesters?
you a question, boss.
The police or the protesters?
Can I ask you a question, boss?
Both. Would it be protest if the police didn't do it? Would
The
it be?
police never
Would it be?
showed.
Would it be? Would it be?
Can I ask you
Would
a
it be
question?
what?
A protest if the police
Hey, my
didn't
man,
do
can I
it?
ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Do you feel like part of what's going on right now is because of the lack of communication with the people? Because I see that you two gentlemen having a conversation, everybody talking and ain't enough listening. Can that be a part of the problem?
What do you think?
I think that's a lack of communication with our people because, to be honest, I've been documenting this for the last 4 days. And I've seen police do some crazy things too. But so if you see white people spraying Black Lives Matter on the wall, but then when they leave the community, the first thing the police see when they see it, they're gonna say, "Oh, black people are writing Black Lives don't matter." When I see a lot of people, every different color writes Black Lives don't matter. So they're looking and saying, "Oh, we vandalizing and destroying our own property, right?" But if we communicate with each other, black, white, Latino, Mexicans, and we start having a conversation, quit yelling over each other, start having a conversation, maybe we can educate ourselves to come down like we're doing right now.
Can I ask you?
Hold on. Yeah, let me finish, bro. Peacefully and communicate. Lower the tone and talk to each other. Then we have each other understanding. You'll be able to talk to him, and I'll be able to talk to you without us feeling like we got to yell over each other because it don't take much to hear. You know what I mean? So, do you feel? I'm asking you this question. Do you feel like the reason why ain't nothing changing is because it's a lack of communication with the people?
Hold on. First of all, I agree with you. It needs to be communication. But you ever heard the saying, "Dead man tell no tales"?
I understand.
If I'm dead, I can't speak.
I feel that.
Ain't no communication.
So we got to be the voice, right?
So.
In addition to, with all due respect, you said that you've been documenting before.
Everything.
I understand. I've been documenting for 10 years.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel
So
that.
I'm saying that to say, bro, we have to be very, very careful to not victim blame.
I feel
Yes.
that. Yeah,
You see what I'm
that's
saying?
right. That's
what
right.
happened here with Philando Castile?
Yeah, it was horrible. That's one of my friends.
It
That's
was
my
horrible.
friend.
It was horrible.
Hold on. I don't want to cut you off, but that was personally my friend who's been in my house.
You understand when he said
Yeah, I understand.
if they get away with it. My brother was asking who was getting
Who
away
are
with
you
it.
talking about?
That was the question
Who are
he
you
was
talking
asking.
about?
Check this out.
If they get away with it,
Okay, but
it's
look.
gonna keep going.
Well,
That's all.
but listen.
That's what I'm communicating.
understand. Okay, so
And
listen.
that's why these people are here right here
Okay.
because if they get
But look
away
it up.
with it, they're gonna keep doing it.
Facts.
You see this right here? I was in Brunswick doing the same thing.
All right.
I on my
And
dime flew
Ferguson,
here.
And standing
Okay,
by.
well,
On my
all
dime
right.
flying here to document.
All right, listen.
And
So we
And
all
also-
I just
trying to
wanna say
get the truth
I
and get
appreciate
make
what
this
you
stop.
just said. You said you've been doing it for how many years?
10 years.
I've been doing this. I'm 38 years old. Right
I'm
now, right?
45.
Okay, so
With all
check
due
this out.
respect.
Okay, so listen to this. Listen to this, yo. It says this: if you don't understand history, history gonna repeat itself. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right, listen to
Was
this.
it peaceful protest in the past?
Hold on, I'm
Was
with
it?
you. I'm with you. I'm
Was
with you.
Kaepernick peaceful
Hold
when
on,
he got blackballed and dogged?
Hold on, I'm with you, bro. So look, we together. That's why we all out here. But listen, in 19, hold on, listen to this. In 1920, right? In 1920, it was a hanging of 3 black men that worked in a circus. 1920 in Duluth, Minnesota, they hung them. It was a protest over there, and the people who helped protest, black, white, Latino, don't matter. All their houses got burned down. And listen, it's a fact. So hold on. Let me get to this. Let me say this. The reason I'm talking to you guys because we can talk together. We don't got to talk at each other because I can listen to you and understand. Look who behind you. It's a white guy behind you, and we all here for the same reasons. And listen, the only way we're gonna be able to get what we want accomplished is we listen and come together. You got 10 years of knowledge. We're documenting it, so you know how to approach and talk. So long as you talk to that man.
So
right
let me ask you what you thought I was trying to
No, I'm
communicate
just saying
because
that he
I'm
was-
feeling like you're getting my message mixed up.
No. Listen,
I'm not arguing at all.
I said he would have listened to you. My brother, listen. He would have listened to you if you would have brought that energy down a little bit. If you came at him a little aggressive.
Okay.
If you would have came a little peaceful, maybe y'all could have had that dialogue.
I'm coming how I'm gonna come.
Okay, can I stop?
I'm coming
you?
how I'm gonna
I
come.
feel that. I understand.
I'm gonna come
And
how
he
I
walked
come.
away. You know what I mean?
Great.
So we
It's
lost one.
great that he walked away.
No, it's not great because
It's great that he
he's an
walked
older
away.
man, so he see things different. He might live in Duluth.
I'm not making excuses. If he's an older man, he's old enough to have enough experiences to know how to integrate in this world, know how to treat people. He old enough to have enough experiences to have had black friends and black people that he
How
cared
do we
about.
change this?
So you mentioned.
You tell me.
You mentioned Duluth,
You tell
Minnesota,
me.
right?
How do I change? How we change?
You mentioned,
me, you know-
you mentioned Duluth, Minnesota, right? Okay, and Wilmington, North Carolina was the
I'm not
site.
advocating
Let's
for
talk
not
about
being
what's going on in
unity. I'm
Minnesota.
not saying anything about not being
telling you.
unity. I'm talking about accountability.
Let's talk together.
I'm talking about accountability.
the human race.
I'm talking about
has got
account-
to get together to save
I don't disagree.
the human race.
I don't disagree.
You know what I mean?
I don't disagree.
The
But what I'm
ignorance
saying is,
tired of it. We tired of the white folks ignorant. We tired of the black folks ignorant. We tired of ignorance.
I
what I'm
agree
talking
with
about,
you.
man.
I agree
Absolutely.
with you. But what I'm
Hell
saying
no.
is, I'm not gonna get
Fight.
mad at
We
somebody
gotta
that's
fight.
responding
Okay.
to something.
Okay.
If somebody walk up to you and I see somebody beat you across the head, I'm not gonna tell you, hey, peacefully, don't hit that man back.
Right.
He beat you across the head. You
understand that.
retaliating.
Right.
And if you've been peaceful saying, hey man, please stop hitting me, please stop hitting me, please stop hitting me, and he keep hitting you, what you gonna do?
Right.
What do I expect
Yeah,
you to do?
I get it. I get it.
I think nobody house should be
So
touched.
let's come up with a solution. Because we got black, white,
Wait,
Latinos, everybody here. Let's come up with a solution,
This
man.
is a part of the solution.
Okay.
I never agree with people torching stuff. I
Yeah,
never
that's what I'm
agreed
talking
with that.
about. That's
But
what's up.
now I understand the importance of it.
Yeah.
I understand the importance of
Yeah.
it. The solution is everybody got a role to play.
Right.
Some young kid got to throw a rock through a window so we can document it, so the news can pick it up,
Yeah.
so they can get a part of it, so we can vote people out and we can make a change.
I agree with
because
that.
the peaceful stuff ain't working. Dr. King was peaceful in the 60s, it ain't working.
Right. We saw.
So we got to try another way.
In addition to, there hasn't been a political movement in this country that has been arise without violence. There hasn't been one. We keep talking about Stonewall and the LGBTQ movement, right? Violence. How do you think women got the right to vote? Violence. You have to take it. What you just said made all the sense in the world, brother.
Hey.
I just said that not one movement in the history of the United States of America has been given.
Can I interject in this?
Yeah,
So,
please.
And I love to see this because the community has put our heads together forever. The elders would come together, we would meet, have a meeting
all
of the mind. So this is the thing. You're saying force should be met with force. We even see that in science.
No, he didn't say that, my brother.
But that's what he said. He said
No, he
violence.
didn't. No, he
Violence
didn't.
is force.
No, he didn't say that.
I didn't say violence.
Okay.
Violence didn't come out my mouth
That's why I
once.
said we got to
listen, but
when we
listen.
communicate. Let's try to listen. Don't talk over each other. Let's have a discussion. These people right here to protect us. Every police officer ain't bad, and they ain't gonna try to hurt us. Some here to protect.
Let me
Let's have the
Let me just
conversation.
finish the point.
Yeah,
Let me
go
just
ahead.
finish the point. If you're fighting a warehouse fire, you can't put it out with an extinguisher. That is, the force is being put towards it, but that fire is greater. So right now, the military force that they have is greater than us. So the only force greater than that is love. The only force greater than a military force is love. So we have to find a way to interject love back into the scenario to bring it back. You can't compel your enemy that's stronger than you with force. There's so many women that have died trying to
we
defend
can't live
themselves.
on our
Okay,
knees.
so
We're not gonna live on our
so-
knees. That's
so-
not the point.
let me explain this to you
we're
real
gonna
quick. Let me
die,
explain
we're
this to
gonna
you.
die
Greatest
standing
misconception
up.
is that the United States government is stronger than the people. See, that's the mistake. These individuals are made up of folks who live around the corner from us. You understand what I'm saying? The National Guard are members of our
Some of them
community.
agree with us. This their
They
job.
live in our
This their
community.
job. Some of them probably don't even want to be up here.
Would you?
This is their job.
of
But let
them
me
are
let me
bad.
let me explain. Let me explain something to you. First of all, to everybody here, I've been saying this all weekend. I've been documenting all week. I've been documenting all week to people all around the world. Thousands of people seeing this, saying thank you for going. And my main message was the white people are out here being our allies, and it feels great. And I made a post saying I want every black person to thank white people right now for everything that they did. So let's not confuse and think that I don't appreciate. Let's get that straight. All right. I also have been standing in front of these guys, stopping people from yelling at them, telling them what's the purpose of that? Why are we doing that? So let's not confuse it. But when I say it's a purpose for stuff getting torched, let me explain it to you. If somebody's in the military, a mother has a son in the military, her son goes off and gets killed at war. It shows up on TV. I feel like, dang, man, that sucks. And I go on with my day. When the black man gets killed in the streets, that white woman says, dang, man, that sucks. And she goes on her day. What I do is I say, freak, man, I have to be afraid when I get pulled over because I am. I was sitting in the parking lot of my hotel last night on the phone and the cops knocked on the door and scared the hell out of me, questioned me, ran everything. I'm like, yo, I'm just sitting in the parking lot. The reason why it's important for this stuff to get burned is because if you don't have a dog in the fight, you don't care. So when it comes to your community and the stuff starts burning, now you're like, yo, I don't want this. Now you got to put the pressure on the lawmakers too. Okay. But until then, it's, dang, man, that sucks. Trayvon Martin got killed. Dang, man, that sucks because you don't feel it. I feel it. I feel it, man. I had a cop put a gun in my face, in the middle of my face, in the middle of a photo shoot. I was doing a photo shoot. Everybody turn around, get your hands up now. I turned around, the gun was at my forehead, and I'm confused. I'm confused.
How can we get?
I'm confused.
What do you want? What do you want from them? Because they're listening.
What am I saying? What do I want from them?
It's not them.
It's not about them. It's not about them. It's about all of us understanding what this is about. And if somebody's saying, oh, I don't want that fire coming to my house, I don't want to be afraid to get pulled over. Just give me the ticket and let me go.
So what's the solution?
Just give
solution, bro?
Listen, what I'm doing right now is communicating how we feel.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm communicating how we feel. The solution is you find where you fit into the puzzle.
And then put it in.
A car is wheels, an engine, and transmission. You can't have all transmissions. The car is multiple parts. Somebody has to throw the rock. Somebody has to document it. Somebody got to make the sign. Somebody got to run for office, and somebody got to vote them out. It's a machine. Figure out where you work in the machine.
Oh, okay.
And stop demeaning people for how they do the process.
That's right.
And
Stop
if you
demeaning
think
people
about-
for how they do the
If you
process.
think about what happened here with Philando Castile, that was an opportunity for this state to do something then. But it wasn't enough then, right?
Right.
It wasn't enough then. Now it's like, well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Well, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you protect your community then when there was a chance? See, what keeps happening is it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until the people are tired of it. And then you have individuals who are sitting on the couch saying, well, why did they tear up property? Why did they burn buildings? Because you weren't listening. So we love to quote MLK every other day. And they keep saying that a riot is the language of the unheard. Change. Now there's going to be some political education. Now there's going to be some conversations had when there wasn't a conversation had when Philando Castile was killed. And there was an eerie silence. Hold on, there was an eerie silence because Philando Castile was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Right?
That was my brother, man.
A good man. Didn't do anything wrong.
Got
right?
pulled over.
That was my brother.
He got pulled over.
Licensed to carry a firearm.
And I
Was
got
in
him
the
that.
car with his child and his child's mother. His life was taken. And the state didn't step up the way that it was supposed to step up. And it keeps happening and happening every 28 hours. There was a time in America not too long ago when every 28 hours, an African-American man or woman died at the hands of police. And now, I know what you're saying. Well, black people kill black people. I want you to understand that in every single community in America, you are a victim of violence by the individuals that are closest to you.
That's a fact.
White people kill white people. Latinx and Hispanic people kill Latinx and Hispanic people. Asian Americans kill Asian Americans because that's your proximity. You're not going to go into another neighborhood in another community, right, and do something that you wouldn't do on your own. So again, if you've been a victim of violence, whether it's sexual, whether it's predatory, or whatever it is, it's going to be an individual that looks like you. If I'm looking at you, brother, and I don't know your name, you probably have never been in a physical confrontation with a black man. But you've been, and I'm just saying, I don't know you, had plenty of physical confrontations with a white man. I have never been in a physical confrontation with a white man. Ever. I've never got into a fight with a white boy, ever. But I've been in plenty of physical confrontations with my brothers. I'm saying that to say not because we're more prone to violence, not because we're predicate felons, but because that's who's in my proximity.
Yeah.
So when you keep hearing black on black crime, it's an issue of we are disproportionately, more of us go to jail, more of us are killed. You understand what I'm saying? We're over-sentenced in the system for a reason. So again, when you look at COVID-19, and I should have had my mask on, I apologize, all due respect. They keep saying, well, more white people are dying from COVID-19, right? But disproportionately African Americans. So it's not the number, right? It's the percentage. It's not the number. Of course, more white people are going to do everything because there's more white people. If I'm not mistaken, there's 3 times as many white people in America as there are black people, right? If I'm not mistaken with that number.
But it's going to change. That's changing.
Well, it
gotta
probably
keep
will.
pushing.
It probably
We're
will.
still definitely
How do you guys feel about that? Like, are you guys hearing us people of color, black men speak? How do you guys feel that's not from the area that we from? How do you guys look at this thing? Like, how do you look at it, sir?
I honestly thought I was enough of an ally beforehand,
Yeah.
and I don't know, something. I watched a man get executed in the streets. I watched the pain on the face of a 43-year-old gentleman begging for his life over something that was not even like a legitimate crime. Like here's the deal. I've got assault on my record. I've got 2 DUIs. I've gotten belligerent with the cops. I've been interacting with them high and drunk. I've fought back with them. I walk away every one of those interactions, regardless if I'm in jail, charged, don't mean shit.
All right.
Saw the video of a man that was suspected of forgery, and he got executed.
Come to find out, it
And
wasn't true too.
I've never, not me, not my family, not anyone that's ever been close to me, has ever experienced anything like that for one reason. My fucking skin is probably the best shield against use of force in the entire world.
Yeah, that's deep. That's powerful, man. That's powerful.
And it was after seeing that video I realized, no, I haven't been enough of an ally.
Yeah.
I can I can spout off about how Black Lives Matter all I fucking want if I am not out here doing something to make sure I can help the communities that have been affected by it, to make sure I can help them rebuild after they have been torn down, to go and work the first aid booth I've been at over the last few fucking days for this shit. I am not an ally if I'm not willing to do that. Speaking out does not do shit.
Word, gotta be here.
Action matters.
Yeah.
And honestly, to all of my white people, we're here today. We're demonstrating today. There's one charge. Not even a conviction yet. One damn charge. We got 3 to go. We got to make sure these turn into convictions. We got to make damn certain this man, and everyone else here that has been victimized by this community are not victimized again. You see this shit go down, you get involved.
We have to. We gotta
You
start
say
getting involved.
something, you act, you make damn certain we don't see another man murdered in the street.
He hit the nail on the head. We got to get involved as a community. And that's why I talk to you, my brother, because I see you passionate about what you got going on. So when you were talking to the guy, he kind of, he's not from where we from. So, we get a little loud when we speak. So he kind of shied off. We got to start approaching them different, talk to them. I reach out to my brother. I reach out to my sister, my brother. I don't care what color you are. And we got to start talking to each other, man. Hey, how you doing? Because the first thing that you do when you meet somebody, you got to ask them, hey, how are you? And we start extending our hands, asking, hey, how are you? Man, I'm messed up. Why? Because it is. You know what I mean? And it ain't all cops ain't bad, but when you see cops using being too aggressive and things, we got to step in, man. They're like, hey, yo, listen, the man, he got his hands up, let him go. You know what I mean? And if we don't start talking to each other and understanding who we are as people, individuals, then it's gonna happen all the time, man. We got to come together, man. All of us, man.
I want to make something clear.
Hold on, one second. I hate to do this. I gotta run. Can y'all say y'all stream so I can find y'all? I'm gonna be out there. I'll see y'all when y'all see me. I want to talk to y'all again, but I gotta
Well,
go.
my documentary been made. It's called
Say
on
your name.
Facebook. You can find it at Pop Off Films and Entertainment.
Pop Off Films, y'all got this? Pop Off Films. What about y'all? I want to find your streams. I want to find y'all.
Mine is ACJ Photo.
ACJ Photo.
E. Mackey creates.
E. Mackey Creates. Y'all keep this conversation
Yeah,
up.
man.
The kids need us. They don't know. I was out at the protest over South. The police pulled back, drew the kids in, flanked them. They need the elders. They need the wisdom.
Yeah, we need that,
Y'all
man.
keep this dialogue up.
Word, thanks,
y'all
man.
had everything silent.
Thanks, appreciate
and then
that.
y'all had the police listening.
Yeah.
When you get their ear,
They got our
address
back there
them.
with us.
When you get their ear, address them. Those are our police. That's the
Our
state
police.
patrols.
No,
That's the
man.
ones we come in
We need
contact
that
with.
knowledge, man.
When y'all get their ear, talk to them.
Let's hear you talk.
I want to be clear with something as well. I want to applaud for a very good reason every single white person here. And I'm doing that for a reason. It isn't, thank you white folks for being human and decent. It isn't that. In every other movement, almost in our history, we've been alone. So you standing up right now means everything to your neighbors. It means everything to your family and to your friends. You are being brave. Because I know this isn't a popular opinion. It's easy to just stay home and just be like, it is what it is. They're killing each other. But I want you to know that there are members in your community that love you, that respect you, that appreciate you for standing with us this time. Now, I want you to know how powerful your presence is. The reason why the government right now is blaming Antifa, right, and the alt left is because of your power. They have to figure out that there's a terrorist organization supporting black people finally. It just can't be good white folk who are tired of the members in their community being murdered. It just can't be good white folk who are listening to their spirits, who are embracing their Christianity and whatever faith that they decide to observe, that they're doing something about what they believe in. Because that's the credit I'm giving. I don't care if there's 100 anarchists to every one peaceful protester. What you're doing right now is valuable. What you're doing right now is needed. And I want to applaud your courage. Because I know you have to go back to work maybe in a couple of days, maybe in a couple of weeks, and look folks in the eye who may or may not agree with your solidarity. But I'm telling you, there are black men and women in this country right now that thank you. I don't care if you never stood up before. I don't care if you had a MAGA hat on yesterday. If you're out here today, we appreciate you because your voice is valuable. They do to us what they will never do to you. That's why when we ask you to put your bodies where your mouth is, not just your money, not just your resources, your body. Protect us physically, not just with thoughts and prayers. Do something about what Jesus told you. Do something about the God that you serve.
Most definitely.
Don't just talk about it. You see us being brutalized. You see us being victimized. You see us being murdered in the street. Come to our aid, please. Because that may be the difference between life and death for another man or woman of color who didn't have to die. So I appreciate you guys being here, man, and I appreciate the state. This doesn't look like this everywhere in the country. We have ignited something beautiful, y'all.
Yes, sir.
BLM was just us,
Yes, sir.
right? BLM was just us, right? It was just black folks standing up for black lives.
Yeah.
Now it's lives standing up for lives. And we're not all
Yes,
lives
sir.
matter in this
My
thing.
God.
We're not all lives matter in this thing. We're not doing that. It's black lives, right? Because we're disproportionately affected by over-policing. We're disproportionately affected. There's something called environmental racism. Look at Flint, Michigan. The water we drink isn't even clear in a city that's mostly black. So it's not just, I don't care about black people. And another thing, and I'm going to close like I'm a preacher or something.
Go ahead.
When you hear, you know, reverse racism, you know, you're being racist. A black person cannot be racist because black people lack power. Racism doesn't mean I don't like you. It is I have the ability to affect your life. If I walk up to you right now, white boy, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You're going to be like, yeah, that's fine. I'll call the cops and you will die. You understand what I'm saying? So when a black person doesn't like you, they can be a bigot, right? They can be a bigot. They don't have the power to affect you. That's what racism is. Racism is power. It isn't feelings. I'm going to switch this around again. And this is something else you guys probably don't know. There's been some comments made by a certain president. Oh, she's not that attractive, whatever. Rape isn't about sex. It's about power. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And I'm not making an equation because that's not it. Racism is power. That's it. I don't have to like white people. I can't affect white people's lives. A white person, the lowest white person, a Karen, right? A Karen can get on the phone and have a black man or woman removed from the planet in minutes. All I can do is be mad. All I can be is upset and in my feelings. I can't do anything to hurt you outside of what I can do with my hands. So that's the difference with racism. There's no such thing as reverse racism. Black people cannot like you. Black people can be bigots. Absolutely. We can. We can be prejudiced. You understand what I'm saying? Black people cannot be racist. We have to be careful with our language. You don't know any racist black people because black people don't have the power to be racist. We don't control governments. We don't control countries. We don't control financial systems. We don't have the power. White people do. So I'm saying all that to say that we're closer in solidarity than we realize. We have to stop allowing our governments and our religions to separate us. That's what's killing us more than anything. If all they have to do is just sit. Chris Rock said something. The reason why we don't want to go to war with China is because everyone in America is racist and everybody in China is Chinese. Exactly. What? We can't even come together. Now would be a great time to attack this country if you think about it. We're over here sick as dogs from COVID. We're tearing up every damn city and state. So the aliens are either on their way. They're coming. Either the aliens are coming or there's going to be some ships around here soon.
So what do we so let me ask you a question, bro. So what do we have to do as a people now that you got everybody attention and everything? How could you educate them to be able to go down to where we need to vote the right people in, to train the officers how to deal with people like that? What do we have to do for that?
So I need you to understand something about officer training. There's a reason why white police officers disproportionately kill black men and women, and it isn't the other way around, because black officers know what's going to happen.
Right.
Black officers know if they kill a white woman, what happened here?
We got like 15 years.
Whoa. What happened here to the brother who killed that white woman? How fast did that take? They got his ass out the paint.
8 months.
So it isn't training. It isn't training. All cops receive the same training. Police don't receive different training. It's not an issue of training. A black man, right now, I'm not going to put my hand on no white woman in here.
Let me ask you a question. I'm
not going to argue with a white
woman. Let me ask you a
woman.
question. How many police officers do you know?
How many?
Yeah.
Do I know?
Yeah.
Man.
In your community.
Oh, all of them.
You know them all?
Yeah. I mean, and I take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
I know a great
So
many
do you feel
police
like your relationship in your community, since you know them cops personally, it's a different? They ain't gonna approach you aggressively. They know you, right?
I understand that, and relationship means a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Relationship means a lot. However, there was a young man who had just won a Super Bowl, right? In Las Vegas, right? Super Bowl champion. He was a current Super Bowl champion and almost got his head blown off by the police.
Yeah.
So I need you to understand that Malcolm X said something. What do you call a black man with a PhD? A nigger. Just because you know me don't mean nothing, man.
Word.
A cop is going to do to you what a cop thinks he can get away with.
But I feel like, but be honest now. Do you feel like if a police officer, he patrols your neighborhood, he see you, he see your daughters, and he know you, you telling me this man gonna be aggressive with you?
Now, what I won't do is make a sweeping generalization.
No. I'm not. I don't want you to do that. I want you to say.
Relationships mean a lot.
I want to get to the
Relationships mean
point.
a lot.
Like, if the police who patrol our neighborhood knew who the people was that lived in the neighborhood, they wouldn't treat them a certain way, right?
I think if
Hold on. I'm building something for you right here, right? So what I'm saying is this. So now that we have a riot, right, where everybody that was involved, black, white, Latino, everybody, I seen them all. I got it on footage. So do you believe that? Okay, now that our grocery stores are burned down, now we got to go out our district to somewhere that we don't know, and we know we're gonna be profiled, right? To go grocery shopping, it's gonna make it worse for us now, right? So, but if we knew if the community knew each other, we knew, hey man, this is the store that we all go grocery shopping at. Don't touch that. You know what I mean? So if we had that communication with each other, I would have been able to stop this, brother. Hey man, don't do that. You know what I mean? So, and the same thing with the police would have been there for us. You know what I mean?
If I can take it a step further with your point, because you're making all the sense in the world.
Okay.
I think that if
Get my phone,
city police officers were forced to live in the communities that they police, it would be a different relationship. Don't be cool with me because you patrol my neighborhood. Have a relationship with me because you live in my neighborhood. Anybody that they roll up on is going to be a different relationship. Cops ain't getting out of their car talking to you about nothing unless it's a problem. But if I see you at the grocery store in my neighborhood, right? Our children go to the same school, right? Over a period of time, you understand the kind of life I live. And it's not just rolling by in the car with the aviators on looking at me crazy. Right? So it's not just the cops in my neighborhood patrolling if we live around each other. So most of the reasons that things are going sideways is because we don't know each other. Look at your app on your phone, your Ring app, your Nextdoor app. Every other 5 minutes, somebody talking about there's a person walking up and down the street looking crazy.
That's a fact.
Look on your app. I don't know. There's a guy in a white t-shirt. He's walked around here 3 times. He's got a package in his hand. I think he's stealing. Wait a minute. He just got out of an Amazon truck. I think he stole that too.
And that the name of that app is called Citizen. So everybody who here got the app, it's called Citizen. Every 5 minutes there will be alerts saying that there's a funny looking guy walking down the block. That's not a joke, that's a fact.
So to me, the most important aspect of all this is political education, is knowledge of self, understanding who you are as a man first, right? Because that means that regardless of what's going on out here, I'm your brother, right? Regardless of what's going on out here, I'm your brother. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. You're my brother. That's where it changes, right? It's not racism. It's not. That can only do what it's going to do. That doesn't change your mind as a human being. We have to realize the humanity in each other. When you can remove the humanity from a person, you can treat them any old kind of way. Right? We have a lot of individuals right here who weren't necessarily born in America. And a lot of what's going on in your country, people are able to do because they feel that you're less than human.
That's what we should talk to.
Oh, we don't care what goes on in Somalia.
I really want to hear that from
people. Say that. People say that. We don't care what's going on in Palestine. They're animals. We don't care. But don't.
We don't know if we'll be able to ever see that in life, but